there's a lot of people that's just choosing not to fly no more because these situations with these airplanes is just getting out of hand. Because there's one situation that's going viral. It was this guy, he was trying to get on American Airlines, and then the situation didn't go as planned. And I'm sorry that he had to go through this, but it's happening everywhere. And this situation just went viral. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about.
This video is for American Airlines and American Airlines only. I got a bone to pick with you right now. Today I had a flight. That flight was from Dallas to New York. We get on the plane, we take off, we're flying. We were 30 minutes out from landing, and then they gave us an announcement that they are running out of fuel. And because of that, they're gonna have to land in Philadelphia. So we land in Philadelphia, and they said, okay, we're gonna have to go to one of the little holding spots to get fuel. So we land, we go over to the little holding space, and we're waiting for fuel. It took 45 minutes for the fuel to get started. No announcements whatsoever. Then there was an announcement that the fuel was started, and we're good to go. So we start pushing back. As we start pushing back, they make an announcement that there's a chance that the pilots and the crew might time out, and their day might have to end, which would keep us from being able to fly. But they said that as long as they take off within the next hour, we'll be good. So they told everybody on the plane, they're like, we're pretty confident that we can get off of the ground before our time's up. We're all good. So we push off, we go over to the tarmac where you take off, and we're waiting. And we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And then, not an hour later, 30 minutes later, they come on the intercom and they say, hey, we're timed out, we gotta go back to the gate. That obviously sucks. At this point, I'm just looking at train tickets because the train is an hour from Philadelphia to New York. But this is where it gets ridiculous. We get back to the gate because now I'm getting off the plane. They said, no, don't worry. We have a new pilot flying in from Chicago, and he just got here. He'll be here in 45 minutes. So we're sitting there waiting for the pilot, and everyone's getting a little bit restless, including myself, in fairness. So we're thinking to ourselves, we're like, can we just get off of the plane? Like, I'll just take a train, it's fine. I'm an hour away. They're like, no, you cannot get off the plane. I said, okay, I can't get off the plane. I'm just gonna sit here. So then I sit down, and they come on the intercom again, and they're like, hey, so if anybody wants to get off the plane, that's fine, but your bags are gonna fly with this flight, meaning you will not get your bags for a couple of days, maybe a little over a week, because you'll have to mail them to yourself or go get them at the airport in New York. So a lot of the people didn't check in bags. I did. So all the people who just have carry-ons get up, and they start getting ready to get off the plane because they just told us that that's allowed. They get on the intercom again. They go, just so that you know, we have an agent who's going to have to write down every single person's name who is choosing to get off of the plane. And then we'll let the captain on, and then we'll push back. Half the plane was getting ready to leave. So they're writing down names one by one. This takes 30, 40 minutes. So everyone's getting off. I sat back down because I don't want to have to go back to the airport to get my check back.
Please do not leave the boarding area. The new flight attendants have been assigned. We just don't know where they are, so they should be here shortly.
Did you hear that? We haven't even gotten to this part of the story yet. So then, after 30 minutes of them writing down random people's names, they get back on the intercom. They're like, actually, we're deboarding everybody, so everyone needs to get up and get off. So we deboard. We get to the gate where we're going to eventually have to get back onto the plane, and they tell us that if you have checked bags on the plane, you have to wait here until we find a new pilot and a new crew. And you can't go anywhere unless you want to have to go mail your luggage to yourself. And now they just told us right now that the new flight attendants were assigned, but they don't know where they are. So American Airlines, get in the comments, figure it out, help me out.
Once the flight attendants get here, someone tell us it's okay, we will start reboarding. So please pull your boarding passes back up if you need to.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Worst flying experience ever. Do not fly with American Airlines. Like, I legit cannot make this up. Our flight was delayed for 3 hours because apparently there was no pilot, and then they made us board the plane and sit there for another hour, and then made us deplane. So now we're just like all out here waiting, and we don't even know if we can make it back to Toronto or not. Like, this is absolutely insane. It's like almost 5 hours of waiting. We're supposed to land by now. Like, it's absolutely fucking insane. Like,
at this point, I'm convinced that American Airlines sucks. I usually don't fly with them, but I fly with them today. And every time I fly with them, they delay my flight. How How do y'all delay my flight every time I fly with y'all? And it's only been 3 times. I know that trend that say surviving. We're making a Netflix documentary of surviving, whatever. I need to make a Netflix documentary of me surviving American Airlines.
American Airline, count your damn days. Let me talk about it. First things first, my flight out of Springfield, Missouri was delayed 2 hours. Then that caused me to miss my connecting flight in Chicago to LA. Now the next available flight isn't until 6 a.m. tomorrow. I landed here at 11:40. There's no point of going to a hotel for 4 hours over here. So now I'm sleeping in the airport, and every freaking seat has this stupid thing, and I'm pregnant, so my big ass belly doesn't fit under it, and the floor looks disgusting. I would lay on the floor, but it literally looks disgusting. And on top of that, all the restaurants are closed. No dinner for me or the baby tonight. And what else? I land tomorrow now at 8:20 in the morning, and I have a client booked at 9:30, so probably gonna be late to that. I already told her I work till 10 p.m. tomorrow too. So yeah. Oh yeah, and it's my birthday. And today's my birthday. This is literally the worst shit ever. I hate this.
Y'all, me and my wife are stranded in Mexico right now. We had our flight. We're supposed to leave Monday. It got delayed, and then delayed to the next day, Tuesday morning. So they put us in a hotel for the night. And then we woke up at 4 a.m. to see that our flight had been canceled. And there was no additional information after that. They said, yeah, we can rebook you for Thursday. Huh? 2 more days? Luckily, we had some extra money to get a new, accommodation. But they literally dropped us off and just said, fuck it. Good luck. I feel sorry for anybody that didn't have any extra bread. This has been the worst experience I've ever had with an airline. Like, to drop us off, probably knowing they were going to cancel the flight to begin with, you could have just said, okay, here's a couple days of an accommodation and we'll rebook your flight. But no, they just dropped us off and just said, yeah, fuck y'all. Good luck. American Airlines got to do, for them to be such a big airline, you'd think they'd have processes in place. Jesus.
So if you was in this situation, what would you do? Because this would be a tough situation to be in. You on an airplane, and then you got somewhere to go, and then you hear that they're running out of gas, and then sometimes they don't even let you be aware of the situation because they think you're going to panic. But in reality, you have a right to panic because you got places to go, and you don't know how long you're going to be in this situation. So that's why a lot of people are choosing different methods of transportation because they don't want to fly anymore. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to get to your destination and then something strange is happening, they keep telling you that the airplane is running out of gas. They have to continuously land a plane. And then they said they're waiting on a new pilot to board the plane. And at the end of the day, at that point, you're just very upset because you had somewhere to go and they didn't value your time. And it's been happening to a couple of people. And it's just crazy because you used to be able to just board an airplane and didn't have to worry about a difficult situation. Now, times have changed. You can't even get on an airplane no more without something going on, as you can see. And I feel bad because people be having places to go. And this place that he had to attend to, this could have been a very important place because you have times and schedules to be there. And this plane was messing up its times and schedule. And that's why a lot of people are just scared to fly. Some people still take their chances driving, even though it takes longer to drive. But some people rather just drive. And I know that's a crazy situation, but let me know, what would you do if you was in this situation? And if you feel like you would have done something different, share it in the comments. If you feel like you're still flying to your destination no matter what, share it in the comments. And that's my take on this situation. Let me know how y'all feel about this topic. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.